Is Christian persecution about to return? No, actually, it's already here. It's already here with people who are being penalized for their faith. Florists who say, I'm sorry, but in my conscience, I cannot do a floral arrangement for a same-sex marriage. Other business people who are saying the same thing. And already the courts have sided with, in most cases, with those who are bringing charges against them. In Canada today, in England today, public preaching in the streets, just reading Romans chapter 1 has brought arrest. It's already happening. It's just that we don't see it quite yet in our own church buildings. But the day is coming when the government is going to begin to clamp down on religion in all sorts of ways. I don't know how I feel necessarily about churches being tax exempt. If we were the kind of first century churches that met from house to house and so forth, we wouldn't have church buildings for these problems to arise. But to whatever extent it's going to affect church budgets, the time is soon coming when church funds will not be considered tax exempt. You will not be able to get a IRS deduction for your church contribution. Subtle kinds of ways like that. But already, my goodness, it's been 5 years ago in Houston, Texas. The mayor of Houston issued an order for all preachers to give copies of their sermons in advance to the mayor of Houston, Texas. Obviously with the idea that if you're going to talk about homosexuals, that's off limits. Well, that came to an early halt back there, but trust me on this, the day's coming when similar things are going to happen. The freedom of speech and the freedom of employment. If you are a church that has an organ or a piano or a band, and you are hiring people to fulfill those jobs, you're going now to have to hire homosexuals, practicing homosexuals, transgender people. You're going to have to respect that. Even on the transgender front, if you don't use the right pronouns, the time is coming where in your bulletin, if you use the wrong pronouns, you're going to be under the thumb of the law. There is no end to what is coming our way. What is happening in China against the arrest of people who are meeting in house churches over there, undercover as it were. They're feeling right now what we in America will be feeling. I'm not going to give the year, but it's not that far away. And I can't convince you of that because we're not there yet. But the day is coming when we might as well just be putting crosses, not stars of David on our clothes, but crosses on our clothes if we are truly active, out and proud Christians. We're going to be hunted down. We are going to be imprisoned. We are going to be fined. All the things that you can't even possibly imagine. We need to read the prophets. We need to read what happened to the nation of Israel that thought it was at the pinnacle of civilization and everything was going great. Read Lamentations. How quiet, how empty the streets of the city. That's Jerusalem, that once was the pinnacle of faith, and the temple's destroyed, and the people are taken away into captivity. These things happen to real people, real persecution happening to real people. And all of the things that happened in the book of Acts to the first century Christians. Do not think that we are above any of that happening. We're in a nation that is in free fall morally, free fall spiritually, becoming militaristically anti-religious, and we are in their sights. I don't mean to be, kind of a end time mongering of fear here, but the plain fact is that persecution is on the horizon, it's headed our way, and we need to get prepared for it.